Good morning, first grade. Are you ready to start? Did you hear it? It's one of our quiet signals. Okay, are we all good and ready to go? Oh, that was just for fun today. Hey, welcome to Thursday, April the 30th. Guess what? It's Thursday. We have Family Friday on Friday, so it's our last day of schoolwork for a few days. And then we only have 2 more full weeks of school, which is really only 4 days. And then 1 day, but I'm going to do all kinds of fun stuff on that. Hey, did you love that science experiment yesterday? Was it so much fun? Stay tuned for next Wednesday for another one that you can do at home if you want. Okay, yesterday we started talking a little bit about something we're going to use next week also. We started talking about schwa, the schwa. Isn't it just fun to say? Schwa. Remember, that's where vowels are, the way we're studying in first grade, where vowels are going to make the short U sound. It's going to be, there's other times in the English language when it's called a schwa, when it makes an I, a short I sound, but we're talking about the short U sound. I want to give you some examples. Essentially, there's 3 different vowels that schwa can make those 3 vowels say the like umbrella sound. Let me give you some examples. Can I tell you what we like to call them? Ready? Can you see that? I like to say, they are being lazy. Those vowels are being lazy. They're not taking the time to say their correct sound. The schwa is a sound that some vowels make when they are feeling lazy. So look at our A. An A should say apple, if it's a short A. But here it's saying, but when I feel schwa, I say Here we go. Here's our E. When an E is short, it should say elephant. But when it's feeling lazy, it says lazy. What about that O? An O should say, what's the short sound of O? Octopus. But when that O is feeling lazy, it says Let me give you some examples. Are you ready to read a few? Okay, read them out loud. Let me hear you. Let's make sure I can hear you. Ready? First one. Problem. That E is feeling lazy. Let's try again. Let's try again. What word is that? Of. Do I say I love you? I love you? No, we say I love you. There's our schwa. Here we go. Alone. Good. Here's another one. Say it out loud. Again. Here's the O making the schwa sound. Computer. Computer. Which one about this? Money. Away. We already said this, like computer, right? Come with me. How about this one? Read it for me. Done. Here's another one. What is it? Button. Ton. Button is kind of how I pronounce it with an E sound, but it's button, right? Well, we're going to talk about our button today in a math problem because today, guess what? You guys get to put on detective hats. Are you guys ready to be detectives in math? I know that you can do it. In fact, I've got my handy dandy. Let me see what color. How about I'll use my green marker today. My handy dandy. Detectives in math, you're going to do some word problems. You guys are really good at word problems. Do word problems make us nervous? Of course not, because they're just math problems in words. So let's see. I already wrote our word problem. Here it is. Ethan had 6 buttons. Joey gave him 7 more. How many does he have in all? I'm going to actually change my pen color. In all. What do we do with word problems? We like to underline or circle or highlight the key information so that we know what we're doing. Now, in all, does that tell me, am I looking for a sum or am I looking for a difference? Yes, I'm going to look for sum because sum is when you add the numbers together and doesn't in all, doesn't that tell me that this must be an addition problem? Okay, let me show you something, though, that first graders sometimes do that I don't want you to do. But you guys are going to be so smart. You're going to do it just 100% fine. I know. Okay, so you might see on your page something like this. And it says, okay, so we said that Ethan had 6 buttons, and then Joey gave him 7 more, right? So how many does he all have all together? What is wrong with this problem, first grade? Tell me what's wrong. Oh, I'm moving it. Sorry. Tell me, because my pin fell on the ground. Okay, tell me what's wrong. Well, first of all, I don't have the symbol. Am I adding or subtracting? I'm adding. Now, can 13 go in the ones place? No, a number bigger than 9 cannot go in the ones place because it doesn't fit. It's not just itty-bitty ones. Is there a 10 in that also? So what should this actually look like? It should look like this, right? Here's our tens place. Here's our ones place. 6 plus 7 equals 13. If we count it on, we can figure that out. But the 3 needs to go in the ones place, and the 1 needs to go in the tens place, and then the sum is 13. Excellent job. Okay, for story time today, we're going to read some poems. I'm going to read a couple more. I've read usually 2 a day. I'm going to read a couple more, so get comfy as we finish up our study of poetry this week. Get your blankie, get your stuffy, whatever it is you need. And then after story time, hang on, because I'm going to go transport to my house. And at my house, I have our lima beans, and I'll show you how mine are doing. Remember, I have one in a vase, and I have the ones that, remember, I just threw in the pot that we saw at the end of Monday's video. So you guys will be able to see what they're doing now, if they're growing. Okay, this is kind of a fun poem book I have called Shout, Little Poems That Roar. Isn't what we talked about yesterday, onomatopoeia? Roar is an onomatopoeia word, right? Because isn't that what a lion does? So if you were writing about a lion and you said, the lion roared, roar, I heard a roar, that sound, if you wrote it, would be an onomatopoeia word. Isn't that just fun to say? Well, let me read to you an onomatopoeia poem about the classroom zoo. Are you ready? Our classroom zoo. Kitty whiskers, kitty feet, kitty sounds are soft and sweet. Meow. Moo cow standing all around. Listen to the moo cow sound. Moo, moo, moo. Purple pouncing, playful. Why do puppies bark at me? Ruff, ruff, ruff. Moo, moo, meow. Every day the rooster crows. This is how the rooster goes. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Moo, moo, moo. Meow. Monkey tail, monkey hair, monkeys climbing everywhere. Screech, screech. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Moo, moo, moo. Meow. Our classroom sounds just like a zoo. Watch out for that kangaroo. What is the kangaroo doing? Boing, boing, boinging, boinging, boinging. Isn't that kind of fun? Remember, poems can be, I tend to like silly poems. I kind of think they're really fun. But they don't have to be sometimes poems, remember, because it's different feelings and thoughts. So they share information with us about what somebody thinks or feels. I'm going to read another one from this book. This is a nice poem book I have. And it's actually about, can you tell from the photo what that is? What kind of spider that is? That's a daddy longlegs, okay? And remember how we talked about, look at all that white space around the poem. But remember, it's about a topic, and this topic of this poem is about daddy longlegs. Let's read. The daddy longlegs. Oh, daddy, daddy, oh, how'd you get those legs to grow? So very long and lean in size from spider aerobic exercise? Did you drink milk or chew your own cheese? And by the way, where are your knees? Oh, daddy, daddy-o, how'd you get those legs to grow? Isn't that so fun? And so, remember, look at really close. Do you see a lot of crazy capitals? At the start of every line, this poem is using a capital. Remember how we said that's different than other writing, and poetry doesn't follow the same rules, which is kind of fun, right? Okay, well, to end our poetry, you know I have to read from my very favorite Shel Silverstein book. Okay, I think you guys will like this one. We just talked about how a lion can roar, the onomatopoeia word, but let's look at this lion, okay? It's dark in here. I am writing these poems from inside a lion, and it's rather dark in here, so please excuse the handwriting, which may not be clear. But this afternoon, by the lion's cage, I'm afraid I got too near, and I'm writing these lines from inside a lion, and it's rather dark in here. Did he get swallowed by a lion? Kind of like Jonah in the whale, huh? Okay, let me read this one. Do you see this inchworm? 1 inch tall. If you were only 1 inch tall, you'd ride a worm to school. The teardrops of a crying ant would be your swimming pool. A crumb of cake would be a feast, and last you 7 days at least. A flea would be a frightening beast if you were 1 inch tall. If you were only 1 inch tall, you'd walk beneath the door, and it would take about a month to get down to the store. A bit of fluff would be your bed. You'd swing upon a spider's thread and wear a thimble on your head if you were 1 inch tall. You'd surf across the kitchen sink upon a stick of gum. You couldn't hug your mama, you'd just have to hug her thumb. You'd run from people's feet in fright. To move a pen would take all night. This poem took me 14 years to write, 'cause I'm just 1 inch tall. Isn't that kind of fun? Okay, first grade, hold on. Let's see how our lima beans are doing. Go do your very best work today. You guys are almost second graders, and I know you are doing awesome. I love you bunches. Let's see what those lima beans are doing. They're so cool. And this is how the lima beans are doing. You can see the one in my vase. It's just growing and growing. You can see it's already above the top. It normally stays in my house, but I brought it outside so I could also show you what's happening in my pot. Look at that. It's just growing and growing. I think I'm going to grow lima beans first grade. Isn't that cool? Don't they just keep growing and growing? This one, I don't even remember how many seeds I put in. Really just looks like 1, 2, 3 plants. So I guess that's 3 plants there. So and this one is just 1 seed. So cool. I hope your lima beans are doing well too.